everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I'm going to be taking you around my latest 4K Blu-ray pickup that I got for National Lampoon's vacation on 4K Blu-ray as well. And of course I will share my thoughts on the 4K transfer as well. Now I just want to give you just a quick heads up at this release. Like you can see up here in the top corner, Warner Brothers celebrating 100 years. I have to tell you, since they've started that, some of their releases have been very lazy this year. And this is another example of it. Thankfully, the 4K picture is actually a stunner on this one, which is what we're here for. It's why we're buying these movies. But you kind of wish that there was a bit more effort put into the packaging and some of the contents that you get inside this release. Now, it goes without saying that there is no steelbook in this edition. I knew that buying it. But like I said, the contents inside just lacks any kind of imagination. It kind of reminds me of the John Wick set that I showed off there a couple of weeks back. As a matter of fact, this one might actually be worse. Now, the good news with this release is it does have a nice rigid hard box with it, which I always find good when it comes to Warner Brothers releases. The only problem is, I've noticed with this one, it is a hell of a lot thinner than most of the Warner Brothers releases that we've got before with these rigid box sets. So again, I don't know if this is Warner Brothers kind of cutting corners again. I don't know, but it just deserves a bit more effort because the movie is one of my favourite comedies of the 80s. Comedy. Does anyone remember that word anymore? I can't actually remember the last time I seen a new comedy. The world that we live in now, we're not allowed to make comedies anymore. We're not allowed to laugh anymore, unfortunately. We don't want to, the studios today don't want to make comedies because they're afraid to step on anyone's toes. And it's an absolute shame when you think about it, because it's a genre that I love. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're just not allowed to laugh anymore. It's a cruel world that we're living in at the moment, isn't it? But like I said, this is a top 80s comedy. It's one of my favourites. Spawned 3 sequels, and the 3 sequels are equally as good in my honest opinion. Christmas Vacation is probably one of my favourite Christmas movies of all time. And Vegas Vacation is an absolute laugh riot. European is probably my least favourite of the 4. And to see this now getting the 4K treatment is absolutely fantastic. Now, the only problem is with the special features in this as well, folks. Wow, it's a real letdown. All you get on this is an audio commentary. And again, we're meant to be celebrating, Warner Brothers celebrating 100 years. Come on. You have to do better than this when it comes to special features. The movie deserves more than that. It really, really is a shame. As for the 4K picture on this one, folks, I don't know what to tell you. It's an incredibly faithful presentation. That's all I can say about it. It looks stunning. The image of the image is incredibly clean. Sorry. There is a light layer of grey into this, incredibly light, I might add. Now, do not worry. There is no DNR being used, but you'd be very hard pressed to see the grain, the fine grain on this one. But that's what the movie was. It was always like that, even with the Blu-ray. And there is some massive, magnificent highlights in this movie. The HDR colours look absolutely beautiful. One scene that kind of sticks out from my mind is the scene where he's out in the desert. Of course, you get not a lot of natural light, and if you're going to do it well, chances are that scene was always going to look beautiful, and it does. There is some great fine detail to be seen on this presentation as well. The shadow detail is quite amazing. Black levels are beautiful as well. I have absolutely no complaints on this one, folks. It does have a DTS 2-channel audio as well. Again, another kind of lazy effort, but I suppose it's a bit of an upgrade because I'm almost certain the Blu-ray that I have of this actually had a 1-channel DTS, so at least there's a bit of an upgrade there. But again, they could have done a bit more. I'm not saying Dolby Atmos or DTS-X, but maybe a DTS 5.1 would have been quite nice for this one. But as for the audio, look, the 2-channel is quite nice. I had no issues at all with it. You know, it's dialogue driven. The dialogue sounded perfect, very clean. Yeah, no issues with it whatsoever. It's just one of those what ifs, unfortunately. Right, folks, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to take us around this set. I'm going to just show you everything that's in it. So, yeah, let's get to it. Right, so here we go, National Lampoon's Vacation. So I have removed the J card. I'm going to bring that in quickly. But as you can see, that's the special features there that I was talking about at the start of this video. A simple audio commentary. And then on the Blu-ray, you get an introduction with Chevy Chase as well, and an inside story. So, yeah, the movie, like I said, it's one of the best comedies of the 80s. And it deserves so much more than what we get here in terms of special features. Especially it being its first time on 4K as well. It really is a shame. So yeah, that is the J card. Put that to a side. Let's get on with the release itself. So like I said at the start of this video, it is a nice rigid hard case on this one. Great that they stuck with the original artwork. I absolutely love it. The writing, I don't know if it's coming across in the camera, but the writing does have this nice bit of spot gloss into it. It's the only part of the box that does. And yeah, like I said, great that they stuck with the original artwork, and it does look a hell of a lot better than the newly commissioned artwork that you get on the actual disc case. So right, and oh, by the way, both of them ratings are stickers as well, just in case you are wondering. So yes, they can be removed. And that is the spine of the box, and as you can see, it is a hell of a lot skinnier than the other releases that Warner Brothers have brought out. Again, they are stickers. They can be removed. And at the end of the video, I will be taking is I'll get another release. I think I've Lost Boys here beside me, and I will put it beside this release just to show you how skinny this edition is compared to the others. So this is the back artwork as well, and I love it. I really do. You got the car there literally just flying through the air, and there's a bit of a spot glossing going on in that car as well, which looks rather nice. So yeah, I like it. It is very simple, but I love it. So that is the back artwork anyway. There is nothing on the top or bottom. And then we have the contents inside. So let's open this up if I can. It's a bit tight, but here we go. So you've got your standard release there, and you've got your envelope holding your postcards and all that. So I will just show the disc off first, and then we'll go on to the envelope itself. So yeah, this is the new artwork anyway, and you know, it's not terrible. It's by no means terrible, but I just prefer the original artwork so much more. You do get a Blu-ray inside this set as well, but as you can see, you got the entire family on the front there. I love the way the dog is just pulling at his leg. So yeah, it's quite nice. So right, onto the spine of that one, and then right around to the back, and yeah, that's just a simple back artwork. And again, it just shows your special features there. Like I said, just an audio commentary, so nothing going on. So right, that's the back artwork. Open it up, and that is your two discs. So you have on the left side you have your 4K, and on the right you have the Blu-ray. So right, that is the standard release, so put that to a side. Let's get on with the envelope. Now I have to tell you this, it might not come across in the camera, but the print of this does not look great. It looks somewhat fadish. Now again, I don't know how well that's going to come across in the camera, but I can tell you is when you hold it in your hands, I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, particularly when you turn it around. Yeah, the picture just looks, when you kind of put it beside this one just looks massively faded looking. It's not great. So right, open it up, and let's have a look at the contents inside. So right, so the first thing, you may as well just start with the postcards, because there's not many. But they do have a high gloss finish to them, which is quite nice. But of course, you got Chevy Chase there going through the desert. That's the scene that I'm talking about at the start of the video. It looks amazing on 4K. Of course, that's the the newly commissioned artwork that we've seen on this box, and it actually is a great picture. It's fantastic, actually. So right, that is another still there, and then I actually like this postcard. It's the actual crew of this movie. So that was actually something a bit different. You don't see that normally. It's always a still from the movie. So yeah, at least that's something. So that is the postcards anyway, folks. This is the backs of them. They've kind of gone the double-sided route again, just like the John Wick editions. So yeah, again, lazy comes to mind. So right, put the postcards aside. We have a double-sided poster here. It is very small, but as you can see, I'm hoping I can kind of get it in frame. I'll give you an idea of it anyway. So right, there we go. So you've got Chevy Chase National Lampoon's Vacation. You got the car there as well, because getting there is half the fun. So and then of course you got Wally World there down the bottom, or Wally World down the bottom. And then when you turn it around, it is the artwork that we've seen, the original artwork, that is. So yeah, quite a small poster. Nothing too flashy, if I'm completely honest. And then the last thing you do get inside this is a simple bumper sticker that just says Vacation on it. Yeah, not sure what else to say. It's just, like I said, it just lacks any kind of imagination. So there we have it, folks. That is the set itself. Now, I just wanted to quickly bring in that Lost Boys, and I'm going to just stick the two of them together, just to give you an idea of how skinnier this set actually is to the Lost Boys. So the Lost Boys is the standard, and for some strange reason now they've gone very thin on this release. Maybe it's because there's not many contents in it, and there's not a steelbook either, so maybe that's the reason behind it. But like I said, I'm hoping that's not the start of something new with Warner Brothers. So there we have it, folks. That is the release of National Lampoon's Vacation. Right, folks, so there you have it. That is everything inside this release of National Lampoon's. And like I said, it is very underwhelming. I'm not going to lie about it. But thankfully, it was a hell of a lot cheaper than the John Wick edition that I showed a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not going to complain too much. I just wish there was a bit more gone into it. But the 4K picture is why we're here. And it looks fantastic. Easily the best the movie has ever looked. And yeah, I think that's the most important thing in the end. So there we go, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on this movie. And if you have seen the 4K transfer, let me know what you thought of it. I'm very curious to hear what you think out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.